Hey guys, George here from Coralfish 12G. I'm here at the Schaumburg Convention Center in Chicago, Illinois, my hometown, and I'm excited because I'm going to be doing media at Aquatic Experience, a freshwater and saltwater aquarium convention here in Chicago. So I'm here a little bit early. People are going to start filing in. Let's go take a look inside. Hi guys, I'm George here, Coralfish 12G, and I'm with Doug from the World Pet Association, and we're just going to be talking a little bit about what is Aquatic Experience and what makes it different from any other convention. Hi Doug, nice to have you here, I appreciate having you. Thanks for coming. So what is it about Aquatic Experience that is so different from any other aquatic convention?
Well, what's really unique about this show is that it's not just saltwater or freshwater, it's both. So we combine the two together. So it's unique. Most of the other shows are run by clubs, and they're either aquatic, freshwater, or they're saltwater. This is done by a non-profit trade association in the industry as a way to give back to the industry itself by helping to grow the aquatic segment, both freshwater and saltwater.
So I know, Doug, that there's a lot of international speakers here today, which also makes it different. How do you think this convention has, been helpful to the reef aquarium hobby? How do you think it's developed it, and what are the goals? Some of the goals.
Well, I think we brought in some really top-notch speakers from all around the world, and we did that on purpose to try to reach both. They're talking in two different levels, both to the advanced hobbyists and to the beginner. And this is really a twofold event where we're not just looking at the advanced hobbyists, but we're trying to get more people involved in the hobby. So what we hope to be able to do with all the different displays, all the different activities, is get a lot of the families and kids in the Chicagoland area to be engaged in fish and want to go home and say, Mommy, Daddy, I need a new aquarium, or I need an aquarium if they haven't had one before, and get them started in the hobby so they'll grow to that advanced hobby.
Absolutely. My journey in the hobby actually started the 5th grade, so I wish this had been around when I was in 5th grade, or even 3rd grade, so I could have gotten started earlier. So the conventions are going to start in about 15-20 minutes. There's a lot going on right now. People are going to start filtering in. Doug, you think?
Thank you.
One of my first stops was Julian Sprung. Really wanted to meet this guy, creator of a lot of books that I've read and a lot of products I've used.
My company's Two Little Fishies, and I'm going to show you a couple of new products here. This is the mag feeder. It has a feeding ring, which you can see here. And you might say, what is that? Some people look at it and they think it's allowing you to look down into the tank. But what it is for putting food, like flake food or pellet food, into the aquarium, and the food gets retained in the ring and doesn't go over the overflow. It just falls right there, so the fish can come up and feed on it. Now, what we've done is we've attached it magnetically, and we've put an arm on it that allows you to adjust the distance from the wall of the aquarium simply by changing the position of the magnet. In addition to that, the ring can be removed from the magnet, and you can use the New Era Grazer food, which is ring-shaped, and it'll go onto that, and then you can deploy that in the aquarium using the magnet on the outside. You can put it wherever you want, and the fish then graze on it. We have a little button with our logo on it that makes sure to hold the ring in place. So that's called Mag Feeder. You may be familiar with our other feeding device, Veggie Mag. It's a magnetically coupled sea veggies feeding clip. We've recently introduced one called Mega Veggie Mag that has a 1-inch magnet, 1 inch long, 1 inch diameter. So this is really a strong magnet, and that will prevent large fishes from basically taking the magnetic clip off the wall, which they are able to do with our regular size veggie mag. So those are two of our new products. Thank you.
Cool. Hi guys, I'm here with David from Kessil. He's going to be running us through some lighting, but first, why don't you just explain a little bit about Kessil, what's new with you guys, and what's going on?
So yeah, we've got this month we're releasing the A160s. We're also just recently releasing our spectral controller. So it's kind of an easy way for people to have a non-dusk with their lights and to be able to get kind of the full effect of lights without having to buy them. So this is the new spectral controller here. So this has a couple different settings. We've got your standard kind of manual settings. So you can go in here and play with the lights. You know, you got friends over, you want to show them the different colors. You can kind of ramp up and down, you know, intensity and color independent. The range is from about 10,000 Kelvin all the way down to a full actinic and everything in between there. We've also got a nice program mode, so you can do your dawn dusk. So you can see here, you can tune it through different settings throughout the day. If you're new to Kessil and you have an existing tank, or you've just bought a bunch of corals at this show, for example, we have an acclimation mode that you can go into, and you can ramp up to, set it up to 2 weeks, and you can ramp up to your regular schedule over that period. So let's say you want to start at 50%. So it gives your tank some time to adjust to the lights, and then you can run that. It'll automatically ramp up over those 14 days up to the regular schedule.
Cool.
There's 2 individual ports. So with this controller, you can actually run 2 independent programs for 2 different groups of lights. And then, so for example, we've got a freshwater over there and a saltwater here. We could run these 2 tanks off the same controller and have completely different schedules. And you can run as many lights as you want on each port. So you could have 10 lights on this one and 5 on the other. Just makes it easier. So if you have a, you have a frag tank, you want to run a different schedule than your main tank, or if you have a refugium, you can run an opposite schedule of your main tank, and so on and so on. The other new thing we have here at the show, which is releasing this month, is the A160. So we have both the saltwater and freshwater versions. The saltwater version here tunes just like our larger model, the A360 Tuna Sun and Tuna Blue. This one, the Tuna Blue, tunes from about 10,000 Kelvin all the way through 20,000 and down to actinic. And again, you can control them manually up here or with the new spectral controller. They also integrate into pretty much any aquarium controller, whether it's the Neptune Systems Apex or anything else that's out on that market. Lets you do the dawn dusk, tune through the whole spectrum. So it's a nice new addition to our line, kind of rounds out the whole line. So this one's 40 watt max now. It's about 20% more efficient, so a little bit more output than the A150s. We've also now got the Tuna Sun, which is over there, and that one's tunes between about 6,000 and 9,000 Kelvin, and is also able to hook up the controller and do pretty much the same thing as our Tuna Sun A360.
Hi, I'm Mark with Reef Manufacturing, and we wanted to create a alternative to wild rock. And not only do we want to mimic what Mother Nature was doing, but we wanted to come up with a product that would actually function and perform better than its wild counterpart. So this is a product that we've been working on for, I would say, the last 15 years. And it was shelved for a period of time, and then we revisited about 6 years ago and really started focusing on how to develop a viable alternative to wild rock and then figure out how to make it. So this is our real Reef Rock. We offer 3 types. This is our standard reef building rock. And we also have branch rock as well. There's a variety of different types of branches. And if you see over here, we do a shelf rock as well. So we have shelf, branch, and our regular rebuilding reef rock.
And so the coloration really comes out when you spray it, right?
Right. Ultimately, it's going to look better when it's wet. Here at the show, we're displaying it in its dry form. But yes, when it's wet, the color definitely pops a lot more. What we did is we wanted a rock that had a wide range of trace elements and minerals with a high calcium carbonate level, just like wild scleractinia skeleton-based rock. What's good about our rock is not only does it have a high calcium carbonate level, but it has all the trace elements and minerals that you don't get in wild rock, and that's a result of what we put in the rock.
Hi guys, George here. I'm with Pump and Victor. It's a Ukrainian company that specializes in lighting, quieter air pumps, and so he's just going to talk to you. First, why don't you just explain to us a little bit about the company and how you guys are trying to transition to North America with your products.
Hi, as George said, my name is Victor. I'm a sales rep with Color LLC, the Ukrainian company. We're a very new company in the American market. And for today, we're presented at this show. So I'm going to explain you a little bit about our air pump. This is the smallest and the quietest air pump in the world. It works for gallons, for aquariums. It works for aquariums up to 30 gallons. The air pressure is pretty strong. It's very quiet. It doesn't have vibration. Inside it has special unique system. It's not a regular electronic system. That is why it's so strong and so quiet. Also, our company manufactures LED lamps for aquariums. These, for example, made for marine aquariums. LED lamps which are made in Germany. Austrian LED lamps that last pretty long. They are waterproof. This is the aqua ladder for marine aquariums. Our company was the first company in the world to use ceramic radiators on it. This is the smallest and the thinnest LED lamp in the world. And our diodes and chips have 4 different colors: blue, light blue, green, and red.
This tank right here, it's got a very large place in my heart. It's where it all started, here at the JBJ 12-gallon Nano Cube. As much as I miss my old ones, I guess I'm on to bigger and better things, but big believer in JBJ.
Here is their 30-gallon rimless tank. Looks a lot like my innovative marine tank. If they'd come out with it sooner, I probably would have gotten it. But yeah, their gadgets and gizmos, the ones that add on, like the media reactor, protein skimmer, they all look really nice, especially the lighting.
So you have your daylights and your actinics and the lights in separate channels.
Yeah.
Fan cooled. Each LED is 3 watts, giving you a total of 108 watts.
It doesn't come with one stop.
No, I don't like that. Those are your moonlights. We just did actually par values. Up here, right in the middle, was about 370. And then down here toward the front was like 170.
Oh, with the controller?
So it's definitely got the par values in there.
Hi, I'm Kristen. I'm here with Dr. Ecosystems today. I am their biologist. I'm the one who actually grows things like this. This is called our Dox Eco Matter. You can kind of see what's going on in the bottle. We grow 5 different pods that are actually harvested together, so they actually know how to coexist together in a bottle. And if you can also see, it's tinted green because we actually gut load our products. It has our Eco Matter in it and our Eco Bites. So you got 5 different types of copepods, plus rotifers, plus phytoplankton. Our Eco Bites is this product here. It's 100% live phytoplankton. We grow 5 different types of phytoplankton, and then we harvest them separately, put them in a bottle the week of, so they're completely fresh. There's no sulfur smell to it. It's not spun down. It's completely alive. It smells pretty good. And we don't spin our products down because if you feed a spun down or broken down product, you're actually adding phosphates and nitrates to your tank. When you feed a live product, they actually help consume the phosphates and nitrates in your tank. So we believe in keeping ours 100% fresh and live. Take the bottle home and test it yourself for phosphates and nitrates. We also have 2 of our other bigger products. We did a new repackaging of them. It's called Dox Eco Eggs, or Super Egg. We have 2 different versions of the whole egg product. We have the brew, and we have the pie paste, and we have the eggs. And this is the paste. It's really good if you want to really spot feed any meat corals, or if you have any triggers, any bigger fish, you just take a clump of it and you can put it in a tank. And then we have our ready to use. Do a quick shake, and then you put it in our tank. And you can actually see our egg is very neutrally buoyant, so there's a lot of it that is able to stay in the water column to get consumed. The other product we have that is made with our egg is called our brew. This is actually a coral food, or an invert food, or even a baby food. We actually have raised baby cichlids off of this, completely only off of this product. It's very, very high in protein, and that's pretty much our product.
Hi guys, I'm here with Proaquatix, the aquaculture marine ornamentals company, and they have a really nice display here.
We do a lot of different species here at Proaquatix. Of course, we've got a lot of clowns, that's our bread and butter. We've got both the crazy designer ones as well as your normal ocellaris and blacks and clarkies, maroons, a whole lot. We also do gobies, blennies, a few species of cardinals, and every once in a while we'll have something new coming.
What is this clownfish right here that's mostly white? What's the name of it?
That particular one that you got right there is a snowflake, and it's an extreme snowflake. There's a lot of similar clownfish and a lot of crazy names, so it can be difficult for someone just getting into the hobby to understand the names of designer clownfish. But designer clownfish are important for us because they command a higher price tag, which funds research for other species that are more endangered out there in the wild.
Cool. And what about these black ones right here at the bottom?
The ones with the dots are called dominoes, and the ones without the dots are called midnights.
Like the way it should then.
I've always wanted some clowns like these. Their show tank was really fabulous, and I'm definitely gonna be looking more into Proaquatix.
Hi guys, I'm here with Roman from PRODIBIO, or otherwise pronounced as PRODIBIO, and they do a lot of supplement work. Thanks so much for having me and for letting me do this. Why don't you tell people who don't know what PRODIBIO is, kind of what you guys do and what you're all about?
Alright, so PRODIBIO is a French company based in France. We do manufacture products, vials, to set up and maintain a reef of fresh water.
And so, what makes your supplements different from any other supplement kind of out there on the market?
The concept of the packaging is different. We manufacture everything in vials, small vials, physically, so showing data, which makes it different because we always have a fresh product, and we don't have any shake-up in the products, and all of our products are pre-dosed, so you don't have to worry about the drops under those. That's not the question for anybody.
The one thing that I was so fascinated by with PRODIBIO was the fact that you can't overdose and that you do one dosing at a time for every 15 days. Why don't you explain the BioKit reef you have and how that works and what that's about?
Well, the main thing with PRODIBIO is the vial. You cannot overdose with our products because everything is natural. You have natural bacteria in our products. One vial would be to treat for 50 gallons, and on the nano version, one vial would be for 15 gallons to be used every 15 days. So you will still have to make the water change, but around 1/3 water change, and then use the products every 15 days. So on the BioKit reef I have in my hands, that's the one. That's a combination of 6 different products. The first product I have is the bacteria. In this bacteria of Biodigest, you have 15 different strains of bacteria, each strain targeting ammonia, nitrates, and they each need each other to make the water clear. Then another product is Bioptene. That's the carbon source for the bacteria. But we also had vitamins, amino acids, trace elements, so it's more than a carbon source actually. Another product that we do manufacture is a Reef Booster. That's a nutritive supplement for corals and live rocks. Inside this vial, we do put some omega-3 fatty acids. So you would have to shut down the skimmer when you use this product. Another product that we do have is Proaquatix. That's a multi-solution vitamins for corals. And in the end, we have some iodine and we have strontium. So let me show you how to use a vial. You would have to pop up both hands, turn it, it's not going to fall down, and pop up the other hands. That's how it works.
Perfect. So basically, if you dose the BioKit Reef, you're getting everything you need for your reef system to function properly.
You would have everything except for alkalinity and magnesium and calcium.
And so these products here are basically
So everything is available separately. So the biodigest of bacteria is available here. The food of Bioptim is available here. Iodine, strontium, Reef Booster, and Proaquatix.
And for people that say, hey, Roman, I like the idea, but instead of dosing every 15 days, I want to dose every day. You have a dose and drop system, right?
The dose and drop system is dedicated to tanks over 250 gallons. That's a manual dripping system. So instead of dosing every 15 days, you can dose every day, drop after drop if you want. The only thing that you have to make sure is the vial has to be emptied after 15 days.
Hey guys, I'm here with Ariel from Blue Life. I've used their products, I've done product reviews for them, big believer and supporter in them. They have a new product, it's a media reactor, and it's called the FX Pro Resonator. So Ariel's going to talk about that a little bit.
So this is my new product, the Resonator. It's a new way of doing chemical filtration. So the first, we had ClearFX Pro, which was our bagged version. It had phosphate remover, organic scavenger, and carbon, and it did really well. But the problem is that water would go around the bag and it wouldn't be filtered to 100% capacity. So we made the FX Pro Resonator. So this is a reactor. You use a cobalt, either 600 or 1200 pump. We give you all the parts. It's all quick fitting, so you just really easy to set up. Then the water goes through the reactor and it gets forced through all the media and it comes out clean on the other end. So we have different ways to use it. This one right here is all carbon, and this actually does 180 gallons. It doesn't look like there's a lot of carbon in here, but we use a carbon that's really fine. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's really small particles. So the surface area is incredible. You can't use this type of carbon in a bag because it would just crumble up, but in here it works really well. So then we also have a phosphate resin, which is PhosFX. This phosphate resin takes out a ton of phosphate. It's not GFO, so it doesn't need to be tumbled. It actually works best in a reactor like this where there's no tumbling that's occurring. And then there's also PureFX, which is an organic scavenger resin. It's going to raise your RP, take out organics, add more oxygen into the water, take out nitrogenous waste, and decrease your need for water changes. So our most popular model is the FX Pro Resonator 80. It's half carbon and half resin, and the resins are the phosphate and the PureFX. So it's all the chemical filtration you need. It's really compact. It's going to do a great job. This will last you many, many months. The refills are about $25 each time you refill it. We give you Velcro, so you can Velcro it to the side of your sump. You can also screw it into your stand. It's really compact and easy.
It's been a long day here at Aquatic Experience. Now it's time for the banquet. In the end, there was a quick speaker meet and greet. That was a lot of fun to catch up with some guys. And then finally, wow, the banquet was a blast. Just so you guys know, the convention center this was taking place at is really nice. Great dinner. It was a great way to end the night. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already, click on the video on the left to watch part 2 of Aquatic Experience, where I do all the show tanks and miscellaneous boosts. Also, click on the right to watch the video of the crazy play coral time-lapse that I did at the convention. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys. George out.